You actually have more gifts and superpowers than you are aware of. Now, a lot of us are on these paths where we're trying to get better. We're trying to improve ourselves. We're trying to find the way that we can take our gifts and superpowers and become what I like to call impact makers, where we're truly giving of our superpowers. We're not asking for anything in return and providing as much value as we can. Now, oftentimes when I ask people, what's your gift? What's your superpower? They come up with one or maybe two things. What's really interesting is that there's been studies done where they get groups of people together, one of which I reference inside of my book, where they get a group of corporate leaders together and they ask each person to write down, what are you the best at? And what tends to happen is that people write down one or two things and they then share it with the group. They then go around the group and you say, great, what do you believe so-and-so's gifts or superpowers are? And everyone else in the group gets to contribute to it. What's fascinating is that then there's a list of 5 to 10 things that come up. And a lot of us, we just don't realize it. We don't see it in ourselves. We don't realize that that's such a gift, a skill, a trait, a superpower that we have. So oftentimes we don't realize it's there. And so I encourage people to do two things. Number one, there's always going to be self-reflection. There's always going to be that looking into yourself and saying, well, like, what do people come to me for? What am I the best at? What lights me up and gets me excited? And starting to identify what those things could be and how you could use them. The other, which can be scary, is that you actually reach out to people. I generally say reach out to 3 to 5 people. And what you're going to do is you're going to ask them what they think you're best at. What's your best skill? What's your superpower? What do they think you're doing great? One of the really hard questions to hear the answer to, though, is where do you see that I could be improving or using my skills and superpowers more? But what's amazing is as you take all that, you take kind of this review of yourself and what these others say, and you'll discover amazing things about yourself. You'll discover some gifts that maybe are there that you didn't realize, that you're like, well, I just lean on them and they're so normal to me. And it gives you that opportunity to now use them and upgrade them and be intentional with them as you're engaging with people. So give that a try. I promise you, you have more gifts and superpowers already in you than you realize, let alone ones that you could then discover and or create and nurture and become better at. You already have ones that are in you that are just innately in you. And so go and do that discovery, and then that way you can come back, continue to watch videos that will provide on how to then enhance it, how to make it do more, and things along those lines. So hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully you get that opportunity to see more of the potential, more of the gifts and superpowers you have, and that will start to open paths of how you could give that to people and be intentional and provide value and not ask for anything in return. So hopefully that's helpful, and hopefully you keep coming around to get additional content and videos and details around this topic from me. Have a great rest of your day.